Hey guys, Logan here. I just bought this new truck. It's a 1989 D250. So two-wheel drive, non-intercooled Cummins. It's not too rough. It does have rust. Front fenders are good. Cab's rusty. Interior's in really good shape though. But that's beside the point. I bought it for this old guy in there. As everyone knows, this is the legendary first-gen Cummins. They are so highly sought after that they are ridiculously priced. I got this one for a pretty good deal. I don't really want to say how much, but definitely worth it. It is giving me some issues though. Before I was going to pull the engine, I wanted to make sure that everything was in good shape mechanically. I drove it home about 20 minutes. The low oil pressure light was on. Coolant was low at the time, but the transmission shifted good. So the engine ran good too, actually. Felt like it boosted up right, had power. It's just when I was off the throttle, the low oil pressure light would come on. So that's no good. I ended up, today I bought, let's see if I can get it to focus, oil pressure gauge from O'Reilly's. I hooked it up on these first gens. It's really easy to put it into that port right there. That's the oil filter. It's really easy to put it in that port because that port just comes factory with this tiny little plug in it. It's just ready for an aftermarket oil pressure gauge. So I hooked that up and I ran the truck. I watched the gauge, that one there, and the one in the cab at the same time. They followed each other. When I would rev it up, they would go up. But it was pretty sad to see how little oil pressure I have in this thing. I was pretty bummed. When I bought the truck, I knew the oil pressure light was on, so I had removed this valve cover, and I could watch the oil seep down from the rocker arms, or from like the support for the rocker arms. It was pretty slow, but it was a really steady stream of oil, so I thought, maybe just the gauge was bad. I had no way of actually checking the oil pressure at the time, so I just had to hope, that I was right and follow my gut. That kind of bit me in the butt because it does have low oil pressure. But I ordered an oil pump. It'll be here tomorrow, and then I'll be installing that. It only took me probably 2.5, 3 hours. I took the radiator out because I didn't want to have to try to work around it. So remove radiator, fan shroud, fan, and water pump. I guess I didn't have to remove the water pump, but I was just kind of zipping off bolts and the water pump came off. So that's where I'm at there. When I bought the truck, the guy told me that he had a lot of problems with the power steering pump. That's the bottom right gear right there with the marker on it. This one here. It's really hard to tell with my camera, but you can see that the gear's been replaced. So it's definitely like more silver, less gold. The guy had the power steering pump rebuilt and a lot of work done to it. He said he spent probably like $1,500 on getting it professionally redone because he couldn't find an aftermarket one. I'm not familiar with that. I've never tried to look into it, so I don't know if he was crazy or what. But it's got a new gear on it. And when I look at that one there, which I believe that's the camshaft gear, you can see it's chewed up just a little bit. And same with that one there. So that one's for the injection pump. You can see those teeth are also chewed up. I believe what happened is that the power steering pump went out or failed somehow, and that caused that gear to either, I don't know, maybe break or shatter or something. But I believe that caused all these other teeth to get damaged, and then when all that metal went into the oil pan, it came back up in the oil pump, and I'm thinking that the oil pump is ruined. Hopefully the oil filter cleaned out all those medical parts before it got metal parts before they got to the bearings, but I can't say for sure, and I really don't want to take the engine apart. So like I said earlier, I ordered an oil pump, and I'll be installing that tomorrow. That goes right there. Sits in there like that, and way down there I don't feel like reaching down. If I set this like that, we might be able to see the damage to it. You can see all those surfaces are really marred up, all in a circular fashion from the dirt or debris getting in there. If you look, oh, that's going to be a hard one. Up in that groove up there, you can see all that pitting on the end there. And that's all over inside this oil pump. The whole thing is all marred up like that. So I'm really hoping, I'm probably hoping too much, I'm too optimistic about it, but I'm really hoping that when I put my new oil pump in, that it will solve all my oil pressure issues, or it'll at least have decent oil pressure. And then I can go from there. But right now I'm just having a bad day because I have no oil pressure, or very, 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 very low oil pressure. My pump's junk, and these gears are all damaged. So it's a good thing I got a good deal on this truck, because otherwise I'd be feeling really bad right now. What do you guys think? I think we really can't see how damaged this pump is, but it's pretty dang damaged. So I'm hoping that the new pump will up the pressure. I've never really done anything like this. I've never had a vehicle with low oil pressure, so I'm kind of just guessing. But I'd say it's an educated guess. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I'll be posting more.